She didn't flinch when the barrel touched her forehead. She only blinked once, slowly, like someone who had seen far worse things in broad daylight. And that was the moment the young cadet realized he had just made the biggest mistake of his life. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. The confrontation began in the training yard, sun blazing overhead, dust twisting through the warm afternoon air. Cadet Ryan Hale thought it would be funny, just a harmless initiation prank, to point his unloaded training rifle at Sergeant Mara Dawson, the quiet veteran who joined their program as a guest instructor. She stood barely 5'5", with a soft voice and an even softer smile. To him, she looked harmless, almost fragile. That illusion shattered the moment he lifted the gun. She did not step back. She did not tremble. She simply stared at him with eyes that held deserts, deployments, and sleepless years. And deep inside, Ryan felt something unfamiliar curl up his spine: fear. Around them, the other cadets froze, breaths held. A couple of neighbors watching from the chain-link fence leaned in, sensing the air shift. Even the American flag above the yard swayed slower, as if the wind itself didn't dare interrupt. Mara's thoughts flickered fast. Not panic, memory. The blinding brightness of foreign sun on blasted roads. The echo of a real rifle aimed by hands without hesitation. She thought she'd never face that feeling again. She was wrong. Lower it, she said quietly. Ryan smirked, trying to hide his shaking. Relax, it's not even loaded. But before the words finished leaving his mouth, Mara moved. It wasn't a dramatic charge, just a firm, precise step forward. Her hand rose steady and deliberate, pressing the rifle aside with the confidence of someone who had done it too many times before. The cadets gasped. Ryan stumbled back, stepping into the dust. And then came the whisper, almost too soft to hear, yet sharp enough to cut the air. You never point a weapon at someone unless you're ready for what comes next. A murmur rippled through the onlookers. Mara felt her heart beat steady, but inside, a moral ache tugged at her. She didn't want to be feared. She wanted these kids to learn, to understand the weight of respect, responsibility, and the invisible battles people carried inside them under bright daylight skies. Ryan's face reddened. Embarrassment turned quickly to anger. It was a joke, he muttered. But jokes don't make the coffee cup in a veteran's hand tremble. Jokes don't make the dust shimmer in the air, like old memories rising again. Mara looked at him, and saw not a threat, but a young man desperate to prove something, even if he didn't know what. Before things spiraled, Captain Reyes stormed across the yard, boots pounding like thunder on baked earth. She took one look at the stance, the tension, the trembling faces, and called for all instructors. Within seconds, remarkably fast, almost like a drill perfected over years, 6 soldiers filled the training yard. Their coordinated arrival was so sharp, so synchronized, that even the neighbors pressed closer to the fence in awe. Reyes took the rifle gently from Ryan's hands. "Cadet Hale," she said, "you owe Sergeant Dawson more than an apology." Ryan swallowed, hard, but it wasn't Reyes's authority that broke him. It was Mara stepping forward, sunlight glinting off the faint scar near her temple, not from a prank, not from a joke, but from a day she wished she could forget. She spoke softly. "I'm not angry, but you need to understand why that can't happen, ever." Her voice didn't shake, her compassion did the teaching, and Ryan, humbled now, nodded. "I'm sorry, Sergeant." The tension loosened, the cadets exhaled, even the flag caught a gentler breeze. Mara placed a hand on his shoulder. "Good, now let's make you into someone who doesn't need to pretend bravery. Because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back." And under the bright open sky where fear once stood, respect finally rose. If you felt something in this story, drop a comment, share your thoughts, and subscribe for more powerful stories told from the heart.